Guys, I'm going to show you how I use these color correctors to correct my under eye circles, the dark circles, and I will also use it to correct some redness that I have on my face, broken capillaries, redness from breakout, and some age spots. So this is what I do. I'll do this if I'm not going to wear foundation and I just want to have a real natural look, but I also will do it if I'm going to do a full face of makeup, and I'll show you how I do that. So first of all, I'm going to start out by using, this isn't a contour color. It's meant to be a contour color, but because it has a little bit of green undertone, it works really well for canceling out the redness. I'm going to apply this on the areas where I have redness just to kind of cancel that out. And I'm using my blend brush. I'm using the fluffy end of the blend brush. And I'm just going to kind of dot it on a little bit, dab it on over the areas that I have redness. See how that kind of cancels it out? So the other thing that I'm going to use this for today, when I'm doing my under eye color correction, I'm going to use the small end of the blend brush, and I'm going to use this for the darkness that I apply in the light area that surrounds the dark circle. So this just adds in a little bit of color to try to blend the darkness so that there isn't as much contrast between dark and light. So anywhere right around that dark circle that I see the light area, I'm just going to add in a little bit of darkness. Then I'm going to go into, this is a peach color. This is 03 and Saint's Demi color correctors. So I just dab into this 03, and then I'm going to dab into Y1. So it stands for orange 3 and yellow 1. And then I'm just going to very lightly dab over that dark circle, that darkness on the under eye. By using those colors, it is canceling out the blue undertones, the purplish undertone that creates that dark circle. So you can see how that just kind of blends it away, and it doesn't really look like there's anything there. It's because it's canceling out unwanted tones, we're not concealing or covering up, so it's not cakey. And this is such a lightweight formula, it moves with your skin. So you can see the difference from this eye to this eye. Okay, I'm going to go in and do the other eye now, taking a little bit of that aspen contour color and just adding a little bit into that lighter area so that there's not as much of a difference between the light and the dark. That just helps to blend that a little bit. And then I'm going to dab into the peach, the 03, and then the Y1. I have a really dark freckle right under my eye there, and sometimes I can't get that completely corrected, but this does make a big difference. I say it's a freckle under my eye. It's probably more like an age spot. And then I have an age spot on my nose. When I get sun, it really becomes more obvious. So sometimes I will just dab that and it helps to cancel that unwanted tone. Okay, so this is the Aspen contour color, and I'm going to just dab a little bit on the areas that have redness. My face used to get really, really red. I had a lot more redness, but I'm getting that kind of dialed in with skincare, so I don't have as much as I used to. But this just kind of shows you how it can kind of tone down that redness. This is a spot brush from Saint and has a really tiny end here. So sometimes, I don't know if this is showing up, but sometimes if there's a little vein that is really distracting, I will go in with a little bit of that 03 and dab it right on that vein. It cancels out that unwanted tone. I let it sit for a second and then just kind of dab over the top of it so that there's a blend so you can't really see the line, and it makes it disappear. It's like magic. And I will do the same thing, that 03. See, Sunspot. Sorry, it's really hard to show this on a video. My vision is so bad. I have to have my 10 times magnifying mirror to be able to see what I'm doing. So if I'm just looking directly into the camera and trying to show you, I'm flying blind. I can't see. So I just kind of dab that to blend that color. So I had a little bit of a breakout here. Sometimes I will use that 03. So even though that looks red to us, it's really a blue undertone that's creating that shade. So that's why the peach color works really well. Sometimes if it's super, super inflamed and very angry, it will have some purple undertone as well. And then that's when, you know, the yellow is going to be helpful. Let's try one. I don't usually just use the Aspen for coloring, for covering the redness on the breakout spots, but I'm going to try one just to see. So this is the Aspen contour color that has kind of that blue-green base tone to it. So I'm just kind of barely dabbing it on. Seems like it covers pretty well. I've got one here. Let's see if we can cover this age spot right here. I don't usually spend a lot of time doing this. I just quickly dab on the areas that are most distracting that I want to even out. If you struggle with redness all over your face, some people have a lot of redness, you can actually go into this Aspen color and apply it all over your entire face. Go back in with your main foundation shade and lightly apply that over the top. And it leaves a natural looking coverage, but it totally wipes out the redness. And I'm gonna try to post, I actually have a photo of me after I had a pretty aggressive microneedling treatment done, and my face was so red, and I didn't realize that I was gonna react that strongly to it, and I had to go to work. So I applied Aspen all over my whole face, and I still had swelling, but it knocked out the redness completely. So it really works wonderful. Here is the microneedling treatment where I used aspen to color correct the redness. I'm going to show you how I can use this aspen. I'm going to do a little heavier application. And I don't know how well this is going to show up on the video because I don't have a whole lot of redness going on right now. But I just want you to kind of get an idea of what this looks like if you do apply it all over. Using a fluffy brush like this gives you a much lighter, natural coverage. It's not going to apply as much product. The denser the brush, the heavier the coverage that you're going to get, the more product it's going to pick up. So you can see how that kind of cuts down that redness. And then I would go right in with my main highlight, my main foundation, and I'm going to just lightly tap that on over the areas that I applied that aspen contour. And honestly, I feel like that aspen contour all by itself looked natural enough that I wouldn't even have to apply any foundation over it. I could just use it to correct that redness as long as it's applied lightly. You don't even know that you have anything on. You don't see product. So that's the goal, is to not see the product. You just want it to look natural like your skin. These color correctors, they come in a little tin like this, and you just slide the lid off, and then you can place it right in the compact wherever you want. This is magnetic, so you can move these around and put them in anywhere you like. The larger tins, which is this is how the foundations, concealers, bronzers, contours, lip and cheek, they all come in this size tin, and it's the same way. You just slide the lid off and you can place it in the compact anywhere you like. Customize it to your own personal preference. And then they pop in and out really easy, so you can switch them out. I love this, that my whole face is in one compact. I have everything in here. This one has a second layer where I would normally keep my eyeshadows. No more messy makeup bag. All right, well, I hope that was helpful.